Hey guys, this is Phil from TheCage.com, and today we're going to take a look at the Galaxy S7 2016. Let's dive right into it. It's got a 5.5 inches of full HD display, front-facing camera, receiver, and a fingerprint-enabled home key like the Galaxy S6 or the Galaxy Note 5. There's a multitasking key, back key, and the power key on the right, SIM card tray, along with the micro SD card expansion, which was lacked from the Galaxy S6 or the Note 5. On the back, we got a camera along with the single LED flash. Unfortunately, it's not a dual LED or the triple LED like the more higher end phone. And there's a carrier logo, Samsung logo, and all back and front is a glass. So it's got a 2.5D glass, so if you're using an app where it has a menu swiping from the left, it will come useful, and it also adds up to the grip. It's actually quite nice as a 5.5 incher. On the bottom, we got a micro USB port. It's not the USB Type-C. It seems like Samsung is taking its time to transit to the USB Type-C. There's an earphone jack on the bottom, which is my favorite place by so far. So my earphone doesn't really tangle that much, and when I'm charging and listening to my music in the same time, it gets quite nifty that they're both on the bottom. The speaker location is also pretty good, but the quality isn't that good, so don't expect that much on that. There's a microphone on the bottom, and that's pretty much it. So you can place your finger on the home key to unlock your phone, and I think the iPhone 6 or the 6S has a better fingerprint reader, but maybe it's just my hand. I got a sweaty palm, so maybe it's that. So here is the generic TouchWiz. Samsung has been using this since the Galaxy S6. It's the lightweight TouchWiz, so there is an alphabetical order, and the settings look like this, and there is nothing really special, although you do get to have this one screen operation by tapping thrice on the home key. You can tap that thrice again to get back to the larger screen. And starting from the Galaxy S6, there is now themes. So a lot of Chinese phones used to have this, have been having this for a very long time. Now Samsung added that up, and you can just tap on any of the themes that you downloaded from the theme store, and there you go. It's going to change your wallpaper, the overall design and dialer, and pretty much everything aesthetically to the way you want. So there are some icons aside from the native Samsung apps that do not get to have the icon peg effect. But overall, I still think this is a very good idea that Samsung has implemented some kind of customization to the aesthetics of their launcher. One thing that I don't like from this Galaxy S6 and still is missing is the backlight time control. So the soft key has the LED backlight beneath them, and they don't get to controlled by your own choice. So they're set to 1.5 seconds of the lightings. You can't change that unless you download a third-party app, very thankful third-party app, to turn always on or always off. Unfortunately, one thing missing is the notification LED. So if you're a fan of that, sorry, there is none. One thing that you could be worried about is probably the Exynos 7580, because never seen of that. And that is actually a lot snappier than we thought. So thanks to the TouchWiz, lightweight TouchWiz, and the overall full HD pair, because it doesn't have the QHD resolution, it requires less of the CPU performances to run smoothly. It actually runs pretty fast. Where things lag the most is usually the multitasking panel, and unlike a lot of other Samsung phones, this multitasking panel is a lot snappier than I expected. So switching between the apps just like that, or we can go to phone, or we can go back to my Crossy Road, is actually a lot faster than previous Samsung ones. One thing that you should be worried about is the GPU. GPU is a lot lower than its competitor, so if you're playing anything more intense than a very casual game like the Crossy Road that I'm playing right here, then you might be facing some lags or some graphical glitches there. The one and probably the only part that it could stutter from playing Crossy Road is when you get into a car, just like that. And it just flutters a little. If you're planning to play any kind of intense 3D gaming, then this might not be yours. The call and the audio quality through music playback is actually pretty good, so you shouldn't be worried about. And camera is actually pretty good too. Both front and back has f1.9 camera that's actually pretty bright. And the rear camera even have the OIS. If you're taking a photo in the darker area or the darker environment, the photo actually turns out to be pretty great. Although maybe it's due to the resolution or it's just a noise cancelling algorithm, but the details are not that rich, so you shouldn't expect so much about that. Just a little friendly note, it is missing the 4K video and the slow-mo, so it doesn't have any fancy functions like that. And all of these are backed by the 3000 milliamps of battery, which is massive. I know, 3000 for 5.5 incher doesn't sound like a lot, because a lot of Chinese phones have a lot more than this. But this lasts incredibly long. This is ridiculously long battery. We were able to get about 6.5 hours to 7 hours on the screen on time without any power saving on. Of course, I did leave the app power reserve because that was turned on by default, and that function is powered by Android Marshmallow, so a lot of phones will be having that by default anyway. But without any specific power saving mode, 7 hours of screen on time, that's incredible. This is by far the longest battery life that we have ever tested on a mobile phone. And that is even backed up by the fast charging. So you can fill this guy up from 3% to 85% within an hour and a half and to 100% within 2 hours. That's just purely amazing. So if this guy is this good, then who would get the Galaxy S6 or the Galaxy Note 5? So we did a side-by-side comparison, and there are a few more things that it's missing. Firstly is a taptic feedback. So when you're pressing the soft keys over there, or when you're punching numbers on dialer, or when you're typing your things, the keyboard or nothing actually vibrates. If you want your keyboard to vibrate, then you should install a third-party keyboard other than the Samsung's own. And it doesn't have the gyro sensor, so if you're playing a gyro-intensive game or YouTube 360 degrees, you can't do that. And UHQ upscaler is missing, although I don't think a lot of people use that. Multi-user is missing. And most importantly, I think the screen mirroring is missing. Galaxy A5 2015 and the Galaxy A7 2015 all had them, so I think this was an intentional function removal. And since now almost all of the Samsung TVs got a screen mirroring, I think this is an error, but I guess that's just how Samsung is going to manage their decisions. So who is this for? I would say the Galaxy A7 2016 is for anyone willing to get a Galaxy A7, or anyone willing to get any kind of latest phone should get this. I know this is not the cheapest phone, and this is not the best performing phone, but for the quality that you're getting, I think it's pretty reasonable what Samsung is charging. Overall, it was an amazing experience. It has almost everything that you can expect from a phone. A good display, narrow bezels, microSD card expansion, Samsung Pay, fingerprint reader, fast charging, and incredible battery. That's what Galaxy A7 2016 is. It's packed with amazing features. Nothing special, but fully productive and fully capable. So that was Galaxy A7 2016. Thank you always for watching. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus has got us, along with the YouTube itself. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you guys later. Ciao.